And just a quick question for Holly now that she's joined the table. Holly over here, I don't know if you'll be able to see me. Fantastic performance. Talk us through what's going on in your mind right now. I mean, a lot of people, like Dana said, didn't think this was a good fight because you didn't have much of a chance, but look at you, you're the champion now.
You know what? I feel like those are the best moments, and those are the moments we live for. They're the scariest moments. This fight was a lot for me mentally. I couldn't tell you how many times I cried in the gym leading up to this fight. It's a lot to take in, but those kind of fights are the ones that a loss is that devastating, but a win is that sweet of a victory. And, you know, it's uncomfortable sometimes, but I just really like to take the chance, believe in myself, and give myself a chance. You know, just it's hard to put yourself out there sometimes. I know a lot of people felt it was early. I didn't expect the phone call to come this early, but I always just look at it as, if you don't take the opportunities that are in front of you, how are you really going to expect to get somewhere? So as soon as it came, I just said, this is great, let's do it.
For Holly, supreme self-confidence all week. People were really interested in your mindset. Got to ask, along the way, preparing, were there any moments of self-doubt where you thought, you know, this girl is bigger than life? And if so, how did you get past those?
Absolutely. I don't think you can prepare yourself if you're not aware of what can happen. You know, she's been the most dominant athlete. So yeah, there were days I got to the gym, didn't perform well, sat in my car, upset, I cried, and I thought, you know what, if I perform like that, that's not going to get me a win. So I got to come back tonight, and I need to perfect those things. I need to get better. So yes, there's moments in your mind that you doubt yourself, or that you know things can happen, and you know, you can have a good night, you can have a bad night. There's days in training, everything flows, and days in training where they don't, and you just pray that that doesn't happen the night of a fight. So yeah, there's mental moments up and down the entire training camp, but those are the moments that you need to dig deep.
The build-up was very respectful along the way. She praised you, and then the weigh-ins happened, and it seemed out of character, and we were all trying to read into it. What's going on? What was your take of what went down at the weigh-ins?
I just saw her get off the scale and come at me, and I said, okay, we're getting into this now. I've never had, you know, maybe that intense of a stare down, but I've had girls that have, you know, kind of gotten in there, and everybody has their own mental game getting into a fight. Some people just need to just get up for it in different ways. Some people have a fight is the most emotional thing you can do. I mean, you're putting everything physically, mentally, everything emotionally goes into a fight, and there's a lot that goes into it. So, you know, there's a lot of emotion. That's all I can say. So.
And just lastly, you had success from the very beginning, but was there one moment in time where it clicked in your head that I've got this? This is going my way tonight. And also, Dana said he thinks the rematch makes sense. Do you think that makes sense as well?
I think a rematch makes sense for sure. I've been on the losing side of a fight, and I wanted the rematch. I wanted to avenge my loss with a champion like Ronda, who has gone out of her way to above and beyond to do great things. Absolutely, she deserves a rematch. This isn't something, I don't look at this belt and think I've made it. I think I still have things that I need to do. I mean, I think a rematch is, that's kind of like unspoken, just common sense to me, I guess.
Holly, over here. First of all, congratulations on the massive win. Second of all, throughout the week you spoke about visualization. Throughout the fight, did you visualize that this would happen and throughout the fight camp?
I visualized if a head kick was there to go for it. We didn't want to go out of our way, you know, searching for it. I didn't want to force it. She can come straight forward, and with your legs in the air, with someone coming straight forward, you can be off balance, things like that. So there's times to use them, times to not. If it was there, I wanted to take it, and it was there. But that was the only thing in the fight. I mean, she kind of was going for an armbar here. We were in the clinch on the cage at one point. We were, you know, in the clinch in the middle of the cage. There's a lot of things that kind of going through my mind, and I just wanted to make sure that I was focused every minute of the fight, and that's one of the things that I would think about. I did visualize the kick being there, and I also visualized myself being in other situations in the fight because I didn't want to get in there and it be brand new. I wanted it to be something that I had already ran through my mind and respond in the correct way.
Holly, up the back where all the cameras are. Goes to Christmas past. Over here. Can you see me? Hello.
She can hear you. Talk.
Yeah, that's all right. Is there anything about the way Ronda approached the fight that surprised you? She was extremely aggressive. She didn't really try for any takedowns. Do you think that was a good game plan from her? Did you expect that?
I feel like she was aggressive. I felt like the first round was really active, and it was nothing different than we expected. She's been able to win in devastating fashion because she's imposed her will on a lot of girls, so I expect her to be aggressive and try and impose her will on me. She did get, she had me on the cage for a minute, and I think obviously she was trying to get in for a takedown right there. Just had a lot of work on the cage to counter that. So I wasn't surprised. I knew she would be aggressive, and we were in quite a few different positions for being, just a round and a half. She went for an arm bar, she had me in the clinch, she went for a hip toss, she had a lot of things she was trying, so I'm just really glad that I put a lot of time into practice.
And it seemed to me that Ronda was, she always is aggressive and extremely confident, but you seemed very at ease from the very start. What do you put that down to? Is it just confidence in your training? Yeah.
I don't know. Every fight is different. I always say every fight is a different journey, and I was worked up, but definitely relaxed. I just kept telling myself, it's right now. Don't get too relaxed, but be confident in your training and be confident in yourself. Now's the time to perform, and I just kept running that through my head. I didn't want to look out and see everybody and get overwhelmed by all the people here. I didn't want to look across and, there's times, I guess, in my career where I didn't want to look across and think, I'm fighting Ronda Rousey. I just wanted to look across and say, I'm fighting Ronda, because I made it here for a reason. There's a lot of hard work, and I think you can put yourself, you can get so mentally beat by kind of working yourself up too much, and so I just wanted to stay really level-headed and know what I was up against, but believe in my training and my ability.
Holly, congratulations firstly. Leading up to the fight, you spoke, I guess, a lot about not only winning for yourself, but for your team. Can you tell us about the moment perhaps when you first got behind closed doors after the fight? I'm assuming it was pretty emotional.
Actually, ran around, and I haven't really been able to sit down. I did get to talk to Greg Jackson, just gave him a hug. I haven't really talked to my other coaches because I was just running around in the back, but as soon as the fight was over, and I looked over and they said, we did it, we knew you could do this, and you came in and you did it. And that was the moment right there, to look over and just see their pride too. They put so much hard work and time and belief into me. I know it sounds crazy, but I want it as bad for them as they want it for me, because they truly, truly want the best. And our coaching at our gym is just, I think, not a lot, but I think some coaches can kind of look for their own glory in a lot of things. And our coaches just really want you to do well, and they want it for you. And so they're genuine about that. And so when I look back and I get to see them and give them, I feel like that's my way of repaying them. They give me hard work. I want to give them that pride too.
Have you thought about perhaps maybe trying to take out Australian citizenship? I mean, obviously, you've been well and truly adopted here.
Oh, I love it here. It's awesome. I do feel like this could be a second home. It's great. I came up to Brisbane, Mooloolaba. Did I say it right? Just trying to, say the right things here. I loved it. I couldn't wait to come back. We had to come here for the press conference, which was great, but only 3 days, and of course that's just with a lot of nerves at hand and trying to get back to train. So I was excited to come here, and I'm not leaving till Wednesday because I love it so much. I know that's not a lot of time, but I'm going to try and do a lot in 3 days.
I was just watching a video online, the reaction and response to you back home in Albuquerque. What do you think it's going to be like when you arrive back home?
I don't even know, but I'm pretty sure I'll cry a lot if I know me.